What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, and I am Erica if you do not know. However, you should definitely get to know me. I'm pretty cool. Today is gonna be a fun day. I just figured why not do an everyday makeup routine. So this is something that's super easy for beginners, super easy for you to just put on and go out the door. It's not anything too intricate. Actually, hold on, wait. Before I even continue, and before we even get into this video, what are you doing not subscribed to my channel? And what are you doing not liking anything? Go ahead, hit the notification bell, and go ahead and subscribe. You will not be disappointed. We can go ahead and do all this together, sis. So anyway, back to the look today. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you are interested in seeing how we achieve this look, then keep on watching. We're gonna start with our Benefit Pore Primer. I love this stuff. The foundation that we're gonna use today, which I am so excited about, it is the Estelauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation. I cannot wait to try this. So I'm not gonna talk your ear off about it, but I definitely have heard nothing but good things. The only thing about it that I've heard that people have said is just that it brings more emphasis to your pores. So that's why I wanted to make sure that I used a primer that can cover all that up first. So it does come in this nice little bottle here, and I would highly recommend not to try to judge your color based off of the outside of the bottle, because the color on the inside looks totally different. So my shade is in the shade number 4W3, and it's in the name Henna. I'm just gonna pour this on my hand. I feel like that's the safest way because this stuff comes out quick. And then I'm gonna take my, of course, Morphe M439 brush. Y'all know this is my favorite brush of all time. And I'm just gonna dab that onto my brush. And I'm not even using a mirror. God. As far as the scent for the foundation, it doesn't really have a strong smell. It just kind of smells like makeup, which, doesn't bother me. I want this foundation to be full coverage, so it is said to be medium to full, so I'm assuming that it's buildable. So I'm actually gonna build this up to full coverage, because right now, it's covering really well, but I do just want a little bit more on my cheek areas. This looks really good. I really like this foundation. Think I found a new one. My skin looks like butter. All right, so next I'm gonna go in with some concealer. Keep in mind, this is an everyday makeup routine, so we don't have to do any excessive highlight, unless of course you want to, but for my everyday, I usually don't. So I'm just gonna throw in some concealer under my eyes. And then in the typical highlight areas. I'm so clumsy. I keep dropping everything. So I kind of go back and forth between whether or not I use a brush or a sponge to blend out my concealer. It really doesn't matter to me. I go back and forth. Yeah, this looks flawless. I love it. I love this girl. Okay, anyway, so let's go ahead and set our foundation. So I'm gonna go in with the Fenty Beauty setting powder in the shade Honey, I believe. Yes, that is Honey. And I'm gonna take this lovely big old fluffy brush right here. This is from Eco Tools. And I'm gonna dab the powder everywhere that we put our foundation. Ugh, that powder smells so good. I love the smell of it. It's not overwhelming or anything. Oh my goodness. The powder cloud. Y'all see that? I'm telling you, they're trying to make this makeup kill you. Now we need to set our concealer. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite setting powder. This setting powder, I mean, once you find something that works for you, it becomes a part of you and you never want to let it go. Let it go, let it go. We're never gonna let it go. All right, so I'm gonna go in with a little fluffy brush. The brush that I use to blend up my concealer, I pretty much use the same brushes in my videos, was the RT200 to blend up my concealer. And then I'm gonna go in with my RT402 from Real Techniques to go ahead and apply my powder to my areas where I applied concealer. I also really like this powder because I have oily skin, like major oily skin, and I feel like I don't have to blot as much as I would with either having a different setting powder on, having no setting powder. Like, I feel like this powder keeps me from being super oily, and that's what I really like. So we're gonna let that sit right there on our little bridge. And then we'll go ahead and contour. So I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Espresso. And I'm just gonna put that there and there. I like to blend out my contour with a sponge. Because I use a cream contour, I find it a lot easier to blend. I'm tired. Now that we're all done with our contour, we can go ahead and go in with our brows. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And then I'm going in with my angled brush by Morphe in the number M165. We are gonna go ahead and go in with our brow gel from Billion Dollar Brows, just to set these babies in place. And now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my Born This Way concealer. It's in the shade Sand. Brows are done. So let's go ahead and do our eyes. So when I'm doing an everyday look, I like to use one palette, maybe one or two brushes, and give me like 3 colors and I'm out the door. Maybe even just 2. So I figured the best palette that I have in my collection right now is a Jackie Aina palette. I mean, right now it has a ton of colors in here. It's a small palette, so it's easy to use. Oh, okay, hello, hi. The brush fell out. But I feel like this palette is just really, really nice. It has a ton of colors in it. It has some shimmers in there, so if you're feeling extra funky, then you can go ahead and use some of those, which we might. So I'm thinking let's go in with, where I think we're going to use ginger, credit, and maybe one of these two for the lids, like just something to give me a little bit of sparkle, but we'll see. So first and foremost, I'm just gonna take a really fluffy brush, something like this, and I'm gonna go into that shade Ginger. It's like a light tan brown, it has a little bit of orange, it looks like, in it, and I'm gonna use that as a transition shade. Now I already put concealer on my lids from when I had first put my concealer on my face. I don't really want a lot on my eyes, I just want enough on there just to go ahead and pick up the product. So I'm gonna use this only in the outer area of my eye and kind of bring it up a little bit. And this is something, I mean, you could even wear this shade by itself if you really wanted to, just to have a little bit of color onto the eye. You don't even have to add anything else. But me, a lot of people know I'm a little extra, so we need to have a little bit more than one color for me. But again, if you were just looking for something to get you out of the door, this shade will do it right here. Now that we've gotten that color laid down, I'm gonna go in with, and that brush was from BH Cosmetics, by the way. This brush right here, I'm gonna use this side to go ahead and apply. Actually, let's use this side. It's still a denser brush and it actually is a little bit more precise. So I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna put credit right in the outer corner. So we're gonna go into credit and we're just gonna dab that right here. And you wanna keep this shade right in the outer corner. And the key, if you want more pigment on your eye, it's nice to just tap the color on there instead of swiping it. You see the first shade that I used, I was doing more swiping because I just wanted it to literally sit on the eye. I didn't really want it too dark. I'm gonna go back in with that BH Cosmetics brush. I'm not gonna put any product on it or anything. I'm just gonna go around the edges of credit and just blend that into that ginger shade that we used. Just so that way there aren't any harsh lines or any harsh edges and everything just blends nicely together. Like so. And I'm gonna go in with credit one more time because I want this to be a little bit darker, like that. And then I'm gonna go in with that brush one more time and just clean up the edges a little bit. Nothing too crazy. And then finally, we're gonna take the opposite side of the brush and let's go into, I'm kind of feeling Zam. I'm kind of feeling this one right here. I like that. So let's go into Zam. We'll go in with our brush first, but sometimes these little shimmer shades look really, really nice when you apply it with your finger, but we'll see what it looks like. And plus, we don't want this to be too much again. This actually doesn't look bad with the brush. And I'm keeping this shade just right on my lid. I like that. So let's go in with this sponsored shade right here. I'm gonna put that right in between Zam and Credit. Ooh, I like that. That green just kind of gives it a little bit of a different vibe. I'm gonna go in with Credit with the opposite side of my brush one more time just to help blend that in a little bit. And I'm just dabbing that color in. But we do need some eyeliner. So this eyeliner it's called Ink Liner. I don't remember where I got it, but I've had it in my makeup bag for a long time. So I'm gonna do a winged liner. It seems like I can't do a lot of looks without doing a wing liner. I love wings. So I'm gonna go in with my blush from Mary Kay. It's in the shade Bold Berry. A lot of these you've probably heard in my last videos, and that's the purpose of this, is because this is an everyday makeup look, and this is literally what I use. This brush is by Bare Brushes, and clearly I like them, and it's called Cheeky End, and it's in the number 218. For our lashes, I do have some lovely lashes that are coming in my lash line. And these lashes are actually ones that I do wear like to work every single day. They're a little thinner than the regular lashes that I wear. They're not as bold and thick, but I love them because they still give you that natural look. So I am gonna go in with a little bit of mascara first. So this mascara is again by Ducey. While our lashes are drying, I am gonna go in with a little bit of highlight. I typically don't use highlighter on a daily basis, but I do sometimes. So I'm just gonna go in with, this is the Radiance Booster that I used in one of my videos. It's by Daisy and Pearl. And I like this because it does give you just a natural glow. It's not really doing too much. I've kind of steered away from doing the whole bling highlight thing. Let's get these lashes on. For my bottom lashes, you know what? I kind of do want to use an eyeliner. This is by Pixie by Petra, and it's their Silky Eye pencil. This pencil is actually really nice. It goes on really well. And then we're gonna smudge this out as well. And I kind of stopped going towards the inside of my eye because when you smudge it out, I just think it looks better. Looks crazy right now, but you just wait. So I'm just gonna run this brush up against the liner, and eventually it will make it look a little more smoky. And this brush that I'm using is also by BH Cosmetics. It doesn't have a number or anything on it, but it's just a little fine brush. It's really dense, pretty small, good for getting up against your lower lid. I kind of want something in our inner corner. This literally is what happens to me on an everyday basis. If I'm doing my makeup and stuff, I'm like, ooh, I want to do this now. Ooh, I kind of want to add this. So this is what happens. So I'm gonna actually take Zam again, and I'm gonna just put that right on our inner corner right here, just to open up our eyes a little bit more. And plus I just think inner corner highlight is just really pretty. Finally, I mean, we need a lip. Typically on an everyday basis, I just do a brown lip liner with a nude lip. So that's what we'll do. So this pencil is, I think I got this pencil honestly at a beauty supply store because I just needed a brown pencil, and I come to actually like it really well. And then to smudge that, I just pop my lips together. The second to last thing that we'll do is apply our Nars. This is their liquid lipstick. It's in the shade American Woman. And so the funny thing about this is I got this at Sephora for my birthday. You know how they give you points and stuff like that. And I ended up picking it up, and I was like, I had like so many thousand points or something like that at Sephora. And I was like, do you happen to have more of these? Because I kind of fell in love with this shade. So I ended up getting like 5 of these little itty bitty things for free. And I was like, this is really Really nice. The trick though with this, I let it sit for just a few seconds, because if you don't, it will get all in your teeth and all that. So I let it sit for just a few seconds before I start blotting away, because oh my goodness, it gets really messy. And then finally with this look, I also like to add a gloss on top. So I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. I kind of want to use a bronzer, but I'm not going to. I don't know. I kind of want to. For my everyday looks, it depends on when I use bronzer or if I contour. It depends on how much in a rush I am. So if I'm in a super rush, I'll just put on a bronzer and forget the contouring. But if I'm not, then I may use both. Like today, I'm not really in a super rush, but I am just gonna put a little bit of bronzer on just around. I don't use a lot, especially when I'm just doing a quick look. I just like to put some on just to warm up my face a little bit, but nothing crazy. And then last but not least, we just need some setting spray. So we'll go ahead and spray with our MAC Fix Plus. And then we'll go in with our foundation brush and just dab that into the skin. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of mascara on the bottom lashes, just as a finishing touch. And this is our final look, everyone. Thank y'all so much for watching my video. I will see you in the next one, hopefully. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Mwah.